People would say, oh, this guy, oh, God, either they love him or they're going to go try to protest. And I'm like, what are you going to protest? What are you protesting? Ideas? Like, what are you actually protesting?
Nah, this is crazy. He's really defending Charlie Kirk right now, man. He bro, he actually has a point.
I don't know, like 1,200 hours of video up from Social 119. And in 1,200 hours, if you scroll through 1,200 hours of video, you can find something that you can find a lot of things that you like, and you can find a lot of things that you don't like. And then you can, form your opinion, whichever way you want to go. Like, I like this guy, or I like this class, or this is a good class, this is valuable, etc. Or I don't. And this is stupid, and this guy's a knucklehead, or he's bad for young people, or whatever the case is. And, Social 119 is really important, and more students should take it, or Social 119 should be shut down. You can scroll through those, 1,000+ hours of video and find whatever you want to find to make your point, right? Well, the same with somebody like him. Same with
him. He's talking about Charlie Kirk, bro. Yeah, this really does. I wouldn't say it shocked me, like necessarily shocked me, but it's shocking in the sense of you don't hear a lot of professors defending, I guess, conservative talking points. And in this instance, the conservative talking point would be Charlie Kirk, which he's doing. He said that you can scroll through 1,500 hours of my content and find things that you disagree with. And you can say the same thing about Charlie Kirk. That's what this professor is saying. And he's right. And this is not going to be very popular because he's a professor at, I don't know if his university is liberal or not. I'm not sure. But he's a tenured professor saying this. This is crazy, but let's continue.
Like that. He's I would listen to him often and be like, listen to him debating someone. I'd be like, okay, that's a good point. That's a cool point. Okay, that's good. Okay, I don't like that. That's like, yeah. Oh, that's cool. No, that's not cool. I don't like that. And that's how life is. And that's how life should be. And if you're really engaged, that's how it should be. You can't, if you listen to someone or find somebody out there in the world who you agree with on everything, then you probably can assume that you have some degree of schizophrenia or psychosis because you're listening to yourself. Because there's nobody anywhere that you agree with 100% of the time. That's the nature of it, right? So, people with me, sometimes they take a little tiny clip out of 8 seconds and they're like, oh, this guy is a lunatic, right? And I'm like, well, you didn't get the 8 seconds before and you didn't get the 8 seconds after. You got that 8 seconds. Well, that happens a lot. And I'm watching that now on, Reddit and on Twitter and on different things, So I want to caution you all, caution everybody to be careful about doing this to anyone, okay? In any case, he kind of essentially is assassinated for his ideas, for challenging people. And, whoa. Man, I've received death threats, okay? So this is serious. Like, we're in this space, here we are, okay? So, Gary the Willard Preacher over the years, I'm a friend of Gary's. Gary and I have done a couple debates together as fundraising endeavors, fundraising debates, because, students in this class used to raise money for projects that we were doing in Haiti for many years. And so a couple different groups of students and a couple different semesters, they said, hey, can you do a debate with Gary? And then we'll charge admission to the debate, and then that's the money that we'll donate to this project in Haiti. So I've always told students, hey, listen, man, you want to hone your thinking skills? Go try to debate Gary.
And this is insane, bro. He's talking about Bro, he's talking about Charlie Kirk, and I think he's referencing another conservative right now. I don't know who Gary is. But he's going to play the clip, man. And he's talking to an entire class about Charlie Kirk, saying that he agreed with some of his things. And this was right after he passed away. That's wow.
I think that this needs to be known. I really think you guys need to get this out any way you can. Sure. YouTube, Facebook, you know, any way you can. You've shut the bars down. You've done it.
Okay, bye.
Nobody else has done it.
Okay, bye. Bye.
I mean, it's kind of like, if you became such gluttons, then McDonald's would serve you. You know? Kind of like, you know. And if anybody became such a glutton that even McDonald's wouldn't serve them, you'd think, wow, they must really be a glutton.
Go try to debate him, man. You're almost certainly going to lose, okay? And he's just better at it. He's a really nice guy, actually. And the debates that he and I did, it wasn't so much a debate, really. And what it was I knew Gary, and I know that sometimes, you know, he says things to get people's attention. So this is what you do when you walk past Gary, like this. He's talking and you're walking, right? But here's what you do when Gary says something that's really like, boom, something that's like that, a little bit controversial, something you're walking along and you go like, what did he just say? Right? And that means you've stopped. And that means now you're going to listen. And so that means Gary's going to start. And then someone's going to start debating him. And then now you've done what we're supposed to be doing at universities, which is engaging and thinking and debating and like, okay, that's good. And you can say, oh yeah, but he says things that are insensitive or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a white man. Maybe it's because I'm 65. But like, we're adults. It's all right, you know? So, I always say that about him. And when Charlie came to Penn State, I said the same thing. People would say, oh, this guy, oh, God, either they love him or they're going to go try to protest. And I'm like, what are you going to protest? What are you protesting? Ideas? Like, what are you actually protesting?
Nah, this is crazy. He's really defending Charlie Kirk right now, man. He actually has a point. You're protesting his ideas. You're protesting his debates. And this one area that people didn't really give Charlie Kirk credit for, whether you agreed or disagreed with him, I'm not really referring to his specific rhetoric. He would allow anyone to debate him. He would go to college campuses and literally debate you in front of the world, live streaming and everything. What other person is doing that? We have Congress members that you literally cannot get in contact with. They skip their own town hall meetings, and I'm not exaggerating. They skip their own meetings. You can't get in contact with them. You cannot talk about their beliefs. You cannot talk about anything like that. But you have a freaking YouTuber or podcaster who was way more outspoken, who would defend his beliefs in front of anybody. And he didn't know who he was debating at these universities. He just went and did it. And because of that, you know, we all know what happened.
Come on, man. Instead of protesting, what you do is go and debate him.
A campus divided. Protesters on Penn State's hub lawn shouting at Charlie Kirk, calling the conservative media personality racist and transphobic in a statement posted online by the protest organizers, the Student Committee for Defense Solidarity. Micah Chandler, president of Turning Point USA's Penn State chapter, says the chants have no validity.
Just because Charlie Kirk has a more conservative point of view, I would say it's not racist or homophobic. It's just pro-America and putting Americans first. And I think that just calling one whole side of the political spectrum racist is just reductive and unnecessary.
Kirk only spoke for a few minutes before joining the crowd to take pictures and sign everything from a Zing container to a chicken sandwich. His supporters then turned their attention to the protesters. As you can see behind me, protests have erupted here at the Charlie Kirk rally, and now that Charlie Kirk's done speaking, some of his supporters have started to come over and heckle some of the protesters. In a recent video, University President Neeli Bendapudi defended free speech on campus.
During this academic year, you may hear from speakers with a wide range of opinions visiting our campus. Their presence is not an endorsement by the university, but our support of the First Amendment.
While the two groups did come close to each other, protesters slowly moved back and eventually left without any physical violence. In University Park, I'm Ethan Ellis for the Center County Report.
Right? Go debate him. But a lot of people don't want to do that because they're going to look silly because he became a really smart guy. And you can say, well, he can't be very smart. Some of you maybe, you can't be very smart because I disliked his ideas. Well, you can dislike ideas, but debate. That's what we're doing at a university. This is it. This is it, man. We're trying to be smarter. We're trying to just be better and smarter than what we were when we started. And so the news of his death yesterday really, it led me to what happens next. Okay, now what? Where are we going? And it led me here. Violence or the threat of violence against civilians to achieve some political goal.
Nah, he's going off. He basically called what happened terrorism, bro. He called it terrorism. And he said if you have a problem with Charlie Kirk, go debate him. And this is a professor, and this is what I've been saying. I'm like, I would understand if Charlie Kirk was some type of dictatorial figure and he didn't let anyone else say anything against him and anything like that. But I watched a lot of his content. I'm like, he debated people about what he said. He let people debate him openly. Anyone can debate him. But they took him out. That was terrorism. I don't know how else to put it. And they are justifying the terrorism because of his rhetoric. They're saying, well, if he would have said this, but that belief goes against what America was built on. The premise of America was built on amendments protecting our freedoms. Freedom of speech being one of the ones we died over. We fought and we died over. And here we are, people going against that. It's like, do people want freedom? Do people want a democracy? But nonetheless, let me know what you think about this, Professor. My name is LFR Jojo, and I'll see you next time.